we are continuing with the module 3 energy systems, and in this session we will be discussing about the determination of calorific values. And in the last session we studied what is calorific value, and there are two types of calorific value, GCV and NCV, okay, and the units and all we have discussed in the last session. Now in this session we will be discussing about the determination of a calorific value by using a bomb calorimeter. Okay, calorific value, for solid and liquid fuels it can be determined by using bomb calorimeter, and for gaseous fuels it can be determined by a calorimeter called as a Boyce calorimeter. Okay, for solid and liquid fuel, bomb calorimeter; for a gaseous fuel it's a Boyce calorimeter. Okay, so let us come to the construction and working of a bomb calorimeter. Okay, it can set as a determination of a calorific value of a solid or a liquid fuel by using a bomb calorimeter. Okay, what is the principle here? Here the principle is very simple. Okay, a known quantity of the fuel sample is taken here. Okay, and we are igniting the fuel. When we ignite the fuel, yes, of course, in presence of air or oxygen, combustion takes place. When the fuel is combusted, what will happen? Heat is liberated, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water in the calorimeter. So there will be an increase in the temperature of the water. By knowing the difference in the initial and final temperature of the water taken and the water taken in the calorimeter and water equivalent of calorimeter and the mass of the fuel taken, we can calculate the calorific value, right? So what is the principle? We are burning a known quantity of the fuel in a calorimeter, and we are igniting the fuel. Combustion takes place, it liberates heat. Absorbed heat is the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, so the temperature of water is raised. By knowing the difference in temperature of the water, we can calculate the calorific value of the given solid or liquid fuel. This is about the diagram of the bomb calorimeter. You have to write in your exams always a neat label diagram. See, at the center there will be a platinum crucible will be there. Okay, in the crucible we are placing the fuel sample. Okay, we can place the fuel sample here, and the crucible will have a electric ignition wires will be there to ignite the fuel. And this platinum crucible, this will be kept in a airtight apparatus which is called as a stainless steel bomb. Okay, airtight apparatus is made by a stainless steel apparatus which is called as a bomb. The stainless steel bomb will have a supply of oxygen. Oxygen valve will be there for the supply of oxygen. Okay, because combustion takes place only in presence of air or oxygen, so to supply the oxygen, the stainless steel bomb will have a oxygen supply. And this setup is completely covered by a copper apparatus which is called as a calorimeter. Okay, copper apparatus called as a calorimeter. In calorimeter, known quantity of the water will be there, and also the calorimeter consists of a thermometer, that is to measure the change in the temperature of water, and it will also have a stirrer. Okay, stirrer. Okay, when we stir, the temperature will be spreading to all the water constantly. Okay, and there will be a heater. Fine. So this is about the construction. Okay, you have to write a neat label diagram like this in construction. Okay, so a bomb calorimeter consists of a platinum crucible where the fuel sample is kept. This is a closed by a airtight apparatus called as a bomb which is made by steel. It is called as a stainless steel bomb. This setup is completely wrapped with a calorimeter, copper apparatus called as a calorimeter. The calorimeter will have a thermometer to measure the temperature, and also a stirrer to mix the water to spread the heat constantly, and the stainless steel bomb will also have a ignition wires to ignite the fuel, and it will also have a oxygen valve for supply of the oxygen. Okay, so this is about the diagram. Fine. The same thing is given here. What and all I said till here. Bomb calorimeter consists of the platinum or ceramic crucible in which fuel sample is placed, and the crucible is placed in a well insulated stainless steel vessel known as a bomb. Bomb is equipped with a oxygen valve and electric ignition system, and the bomb is placed in a well insulated copper vessel known as a calorimeter, which contains known weight of water, stirrer and thermometer. Initial temperature of water is noted down, and the fuel is ignited using electric ignition system and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, and the final temperature of the water is noted down. And the rise in temperature is calculated by knowing the mass of fuel taken, weight of water in the calorimeter, and other accessories. Working. Okay, how the calorimeter will work? We have to place the sample in a crucible, in the platinum or ceramic crucible. We have to place the sample. How much sample? Known weight of the sample. A known weight of the sample is taken in the crucible and it is ignited by using electric ignition arc system. Okay, so in presence of air or oxygen, what happens? Combustion takes place. Once when the combustion takes place, what will happen? The fuel will burn, and when the fuel is burning, okay, we know very well it liberates heat, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water. So the temperature of the water will be raised in the apparatus. Okay, and now the final temperature of the water is noted down. Clear, no? First, before igniting the fuel, the temperature of the water should be noted down. Then we have to place a known quantity of the fuel and it is ignited. Combustion takes place in presence of air or oxygen and it liberates heat. The liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water and the temperature of the water will be raised. Now measure the rise in temperature of water. Okay, and the calorific value is calculated by knowing the amount of the water taken, water equivalent of calorimeter, mass of the fuel taken, and the initial and final temperature of the water. Fine. Next is observations and calculations. Always know when this question is asked, like explain the construction and working of bomb calorimeter, or it will be asked like determine the calorific value of a solid or liquid fuel by using a bomb calorimeter. In the both the ways the question will be asked. Okay, the answer will be completed only when you write the observations and calculation part. Otherwise, only if you write only till here, no, you will be getting, if the question is for 7 marks, you will be getting only 4 marks if you write only till what I said, until the explanation. Okay, so observation and calculation part, it will be carrying 3 marks. Okay, 3 to 4 marks. Okay, fine. So you must write this. It's very important. Okay, what and all we should write in observation and calculations? You have to write one by one. That is a weight or mass of the fuel taken. Okay, that is m grams, and then weight of water taken in the calorimeter, W1 kg. Okay, if you have taken in grams, you can write in grams, no problem. Okay, and water equivalent of calorimeter is W2 grams. What is water equivalent? Water taken in calorimeter is known. Okay, known weight of water can be taken in calorimeter, that we can take. Then what is water equivalent of calorimeter? Water equivalent of calorimeter is, it is nothing but when we are burning the fuel, combustion takes place. I said it will be liberating heat, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, I said, right? Okay, small example, like when we are heating water in a vessel, for example. Okay, is it possible to pass all the temperature to only to water? It's not possible, right? Okay, the vessel also will get heated, then only the heat will be supplied to water. Correct, no? Okay, we cannot supply complete heat only to the water. It's not possible. Okay, the accessories also get heated. Yes, no? So in the same way in bomb calorimeter, what happens? When the heat is liberated, it is not only absorbed by the water, but what is happening? Calorimeter also will get heated. Okay, thermometer also will get heated. Stirrer also will get heated. That means the heat is transformed to the other accessories also. So if we measure only the temperature of water, it may be wrong. Okay, we are doing the wrong calculation. Error will come. Okay, so that to reduce that error, no, one more factor is introduced, that is called as water equivalent of calorimeter. It is nothing but all the other operators also get heated, right? Okay, so to nullify that error, we are taking water equivalent of calorimeter. I think you got it. The heat cannot be directly supplied only to the water. All the other accessories also gets heated. That is considered as a water equivalent. Clear? And we know the initial temperature, that is T1 degree centigrade, and final temperature is after the water is getting heated, we are measuring the temperature, that is called as T2 degrees. Okay, and now calculate the GCV. GCV is equal to T2 minus T1. Okay, final temperature minus initial temperature, and then W1 plus W2. What is W1? Water taken in the calorimeter, and the W2 is the water equivalent of the calorimeter. Fine. by m. Okay, that is mass of the fuel. And only when you are writing this, you have to write calories per gram. When we are converting this calories per gram into kilojoules per kg, you know, we all know very well, friends, we have to multiply it by 4.187. That is latent heat of steam. Okay, so GCV is equal to T2 minus T1 into W1 plus W2 into 4.187 by m. Okay, kilojoules per kg. And then what is NCV? NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of steam, that is GCV minus 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 587 calories per gram, or GCV is equal to 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 587 into 4.187 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so clear now, friends. So if this question is asked, you have to write all the steps, because each and every steps carries marks. It is not like everything will be writing in one paragraph and you will be getting marks. No, you have to write very clearly. First you have to write the principle. Principle is you have to take a known amount of the fuel and we are heating a heat is liberated, that is absorbed by the surrounding water and the temperature of the water is raised. Okay, that is comes under principle. Then next step is you have to write a neat label diagram under construction. Okay, and you have to tell about the apparatus, what and all it contains. That is construction. And at last working. We have to place a fuel and we have to burn it. Okay, combustion takes place. It liberates heat. Liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water. That is a working. Okay, after that you have to write observations and calculations. Fine. So this completes the answer for the question. Okay, explain the determination of calorific value of a solid or liquid fuel by using a bomb calorimeter. I think till here I am clear. Okay, we will be meeting next with shortly with the other topic. Thank you.